All right, so I'm here today with Annie Lee, who graduated from Louisenlund in 2015 with an IB diploma. Annie, it's great to see you again. It's great to have the chance to talk to you.
Thank you.
All right, Annie, tell us a little bit about yourself and your academic career since you left us in Louisenlund 5 years ago.
So I graduated in 2015 with the IB Diploma, and then I went on in the fall to study medicine at University of Heidelberg. And 2 years later, I finished my first national examination. And then in 2018, I got the chance to work on a research project in the US. So that was my basis for my medical doctoral thesis, and it was in cooperation with Harvard Medical School and Massachusetts General Hospital. I studied the biology of the pancreatic cancer environment, and I successfully finished that last fall, and now I'm back at university finishing up my studies.
Okay, great. Wow, what a journey that's been, and what an example of a very, very successful IB student who's gone on to do great things after her time in Louisenlund. I want to rewind a few years, go back 5 years, actually go back more than 5 years, and talk to you about how you made the decision to come to Louisenlund and why you chose to do the IB Diploma Program in Louisenlund.
So I knew the IB Diploma Program from my time in the US. I went there to a boarding school as well before Louisenlund. And after I came back, I just realized I really liked that structured program that the IB offers, and a lot of independent coursework as well. So, and additionally, we have 6 subjects, so you can really focus on these 6. And since I knew I wanted to do medicine, I just chose my courses accordingly, and then I could really focus on them. And so that's why I chose the IB in general. And Louisenlund, I really wanted to go back to a boarding school because I really just loved the life at boarding school. And I didn't know Louisenlund before, but when I came to for just an interview, I met a lot of really, really nice students that showed me around the campus, and the view and the campus just beautiful. So I just fell in love and decided there, okay, I'm gonna come.
Okay, great. And to what extent do you think that, I mean, you set out to do the IB Diploma Program, to what extent do you think the IB Diploma Program helped to prepare you for your further course of study?
I think the most important thing I learned in the IB was definitely the independent coursework that they have integrated in their program. So in university, it's basically independent. So a lot of students struggle with it, especially during the first year, because they never learned that in high school. So I had the privilege that I already learned that at Louisenlund, and then I had a lot of time that freed up in my first year. So I did a lot of volunteer work and learned to already work at the clinic beforehand. So that really, really helped me. That was the most important part.
Do you think you had a certain advantage over students who did the standard German secondary certificate, the Abitur?
I think so, because I knew I wanted to study medicine, I already chose subjects that were relevant, such as biology and chemistry, and I really had a deep understanding of these subjects, and that really helped me in my first 2 years, especially at the medical school. And also what I learned through the IB, and especially through Louisenlund and the community there, is that everybody was really encouraging. So all my teachers and my fellow students really encouraged me. I wanted to just try it, and I think that also put me at an advantage for than other students, because that's actually how I got to work at Harvard Medical School, because I just grasped every opportunity internationally as well.
Glad to hear it. I wanted to ask you what other experiences that you had in Louisenlund were transformative for you and maybe decisive that contributed to your later success as a student.
So I think it's hard to pin just one experience there. I think it was the sum, because those 2 years, everything just kind of made me mature more personally and intellectually. And it just gave me the confidence later in life that I could tackle any foreign situation. And I wasn't afraid at all to go abroad alone in a different city and being in new surroundings, because I knew I could handle these situations, and I was encouraged and confident through my time at Louisenlund, and just this feeling to try everything, and this basically got me where I am. but the most, if I have to like name situations, I think it was the times, for example, the Hafenfest or the Schupo-Verleihung, when outside people came into Louisenlund, where it really made you realize how much you've grown in a very short amount of time and how much I appreciated being in this community, in this environment. So I think you realize that when other people come visit.
Great. Well, I hope the rest of the journey is as enriching and successful as the first part. Thank you, Annie, for taking the time to talk with us today. It's always good to see you again.
Me too.